It's time for Around the Ozarks News, brought to you by the Springfield-Greene County Park Board, Blue Current, and Thompson Sales. Here are your hosts, Ethan and Sarah Foreheads.
Good morning to you. It is Thursday, and the week is just moving along like a week is supposed to do. So let's do some news.
All right. Early voting is underway in Greene County and beyond. Lines were long on Tuesday at the polls in Springfield. Greene County Clerk Shane Scholler told me about 2,200 people voted just on Tuesday. I actually had some friends who were there yesterday as well, Wednesday. They were in line for about an hour, they said. And across the country, more than 20 million people have already cast their ballots. That is out of some 240 million Americans who are eligible to vote in the November 5th election. Just for reference, in 2020, about 160 million Americans voted in that presidential election. All right. Prior to the 23-24 school year, the Springfield School District would spread out pay for hourly workers over a 12-month period, even though they only worked for 9 of the months a year. But SPS stopped doing that after being advised to by the state and federal governments. Now, some hourly employees, about 1,000 of them, signed a petition to try to get their pay to go back to being spread out over the 12 months instead of only 9. But for now, it looks like there are not any plans for the district to revisit that issue.
Okay. Meanwhile, the Springfield School Board gave unanimous approval to changing the district's boundaries and expanding bus service to more students. That'll start in the next school year, so a year from now in the fall. SPS is expanding bus service to include students living within a mile of their school. Right now, and what it has been, is you had to live 1.5 miles from the school to get bus service. Now you can live within 1 mile and get bus service. The changes with school boundaries as to who goes to what school will mean some students will have to attend a different school from where they attend now. It's an effort for the district to relieve overcrowding at some of the schools in the district. And the Salvation Army is trying to raise awareness about its after-school programs. So today they are hosting a bit of an open house, you could call it, at the headquarters there on Kansas Expressway. They will pick up kids. The Salvation Army will pick up kids at 6 different schools across Springfield and then take them to offer activities, arts and crafts, games, sports, until their parents can pick them up after work. Salvation Army even provides dinner for the kids. The program is $45 per week per student. And again, that's at the Salvation Army.
Okay, focus on getting lower income families into homes and knowing your neighbors face to face. The Drew Lewis Foundation, this is really cool. They are building an affordable housing project at North Broadway and West Poplar Street. 15 homes will be going up, new homes. They are giving what the leaders there call an opportunity for these people, these 15 people, to have the American dream. They will be available to those living below 200% of the federal poverty level, but who also work. So people who work, they hope that that population can now afford to buy a home that they will be in for at least 5 years.
Okay. It's not easy to buy a house these days.
No, it's not. And there's a lot of detail to that story, but it's a cool concept. They're all going to have like front porches on them, just to foster community there. And I don't know, it's really cool what they're doing. So go Drew Lewis Foundation, go. Very neat. All right, this is kind of fun. We'll see what happens. The old Sears building at the Battlefield Mall is apparently going to be getting some new life. The Springfield Business Journal dug up some building permits, and they indicate that the Sears conversion could be to a Dillard's, which of course Dillard's is already in the mall. They have 2 different locations in the mall, Dillard's does, but maybe they're going to have 3. I don't know, or maybe they're going to move there altogether. But Sears left that space in 2020 after having been there for multiple decades. So it appears some construction work is going on at the former Sears store, and SBJ dug up the building permit and looks like might be a Dillard's.
Yeah, I saw that story in SBJ, and then I drove by and I saw the outside where it looks like there are construction trucks going in and out, or at least they were outside getting ready to go in of the Sears building there. So something's happening, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Hey, if you like beef like me, you're going to love a new restaurant coming to Springfield. A farmer who raises Wagyu beef is opening a restaurant in the former location of Five Spice Chinese restaurant, which we also liked. There on South Glenstone, just south of Sunshine.
Yeah.
A sign out front says King of Beef, which is pretty good. No word on an opening date, but it's going to be a beef place. You can go get some good meat over there, which I'm always a fan of.
Yeah.
And
we'll
then
see.
Ozark is looking to hire police officers and is basically putting out an all call this weekend. If you think you've got what it takes, you can participate in open testing on Saturday. Open testing to be a police officer. Starts at 8 in the a.m. on Saturday at the Ozark Junior High School track. On a track, that means running. So they will test you for fitness, and they've got some standards. You can check out those standards or call the Ozark Police Department, ask about them, or maybe the website has the standards that you can find out if you can make the cut or not. If you end up being hired by Ozark PD, they will pay you as you go through training to be a officer. So.
That's a noble career. That would be so hard, but that's neat that they're hiring, and I'm sure there will be a good turnout, honestly.
Might be an option, yeah.
Yeah.
Kansas City Chiefs, meanwhile, are acquiring a 3-time All-Pro wide receiver, DeAndre Hopkins, from the Tennessee Titans. The Chiefs are sending a conditional 5th-round pick to the Titans, while Tennessee is taking on some of Hopkins' salary. You know the Chiefs need wide receivers. They lost 3 wide receivers to injury, including Rashee Rice, already this season. So they need some help in the wide receiver area, and it looks like this guy could be the guy to do it.
Okay. Halloween is next week, but this weekend, the Springfield Cardinals are handing out candy to costume kids at the Hammonds Field. Friday night from 4 to 8, kids can attend the free event, but you do need to register in advance. Let them know you're coming. You can do that at Springfield Cardinals website. Just check it out online and get signed up, and should be a great time.
The Cardinals always have good things going on over there for families. You know, I mean, they open up the ballpark to different things. They try to attract families, fireworks, and the drone shows, all the stuff that they do over there. They're a good neighbor in the community, I would say.
Yeah, they are. I mean, they basically started the year I think we moved here, which was 2007.
05.
No, we got married. Sorry. We got married in 2007. We moved here in 2005.
And they came in, I believe, in 2004.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, because I remember covering it when they first came, so I guess it was maybe it was 2004. I thought it was 2005, but either way, somewhere right around there.
Wait, you covered the very first game when Stan Musial threw out the first pitch?
I did, yeah.
Oh, well, then you didn't get here till 2005, so it was 2005, yeah.
Yeah, beginning of 2005, so.
I came, our news director who hired me took me to a Springfield Cardinals game. I came down from St. Louis, which is where I was. And so we went to a Springfield Cardinals game, and I was like, all right, this is nice. But I mean, I go to Busch Stadium up in St. Louis.
Pretty sure he took me to like McDonald's. So I had been an intern though. And I needed the job worse than you did, apparently. Cause I was like, yeah, just tell me where to sign. I'm in.
Well,
and he had to
St. Louis, so I made him do a little bit of work.
Yeah, that's true. It's good. Oh, good old Jeff. Yeah, Springfield Cardinals. That'll be fun for the kiddos this weekend. Dress them up. Thanks for joining us. We hope to see you back here tomorrow morning. Oh, wait a minute. The contest. Yeah. The contest. Don't forget, aroundtheozarks.com. Go to the Branson Bowl contest. You'll see it. And somebody is going to win some tickets to the November 10th Broncos game happening at Arrowhead. So Chiefs versus Broncos. You can go. You can win those tickets. So register right now at aroundtheozarks.com under the Branson Bowl, and you will need the keyword, Ethan.
The keyword is downtown.
Perfect. That was really good. Keyword is downtown. You're going to need that to prove that you've been watching ATO. So we'll announce the winner on Friday morning. That's
All right,
tomorrow.
now, thank you for joining us. That's Spiel.
Yes. Bye.
It's time for Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather, sponsored by Rescue Towing, Command Family Medicine, and John's Heating and Air. Here's your host, meteorologist Abby Dyer.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Thursday. Once again, we are waking up with temperatures in the low 50s this morning, so you might want to add the extra layer early on. Light jackets for kids out at the bus stop, but they won't need them this afternoon. Once again, we'll see a high temperature near 80 degrees. Mostly sunny skies are in my forecast today, and we've got a south breeze in the forecast as well. So we continue to see these elevated fire weather conditions. That's going to take hold across the Ozarks again today. Just something to keep in mind for you. This is unseasonably warm, and most of the month has been above average. We're going to continue on that trend this week, no exception. It looks like more warm weather is going to greet us next week, too. Way above average temperatures through the end of the week. Today and tomorrow, we'll see high temperatures in the 80s. By Saturday and Sunday, we get a bit of a cool down. In fact, a cold front comes through probably in the mid-morning hours tomorrow morning. Out ahead of that, we might have a bit of a rain chance in the forecast. It's not going to be a lot of rain, definitely not how much you want, but we will see at least a small chance for a shower, widespread chance for a shower, but I think northern counties probably have the best opportunity to see some of the measurable rainfall as we head into tomorrow, into tonight, into early tomorrow morning. I expect also that we see more fire danger next week. This rain is not going to be enough to really get rid of the dry conditions. Next week, it's looking warm, super windy. Monday and Tuesday, I'm talking like 40-mile-an-hour winds. So an early heads up to you on that. It will likely be warm, dry, and windy early next week. Today, it's warm and dry, but the winds aren't too bad, and rain is on the way tonight, which will hopefully make its way to most of you in the Ozarks. Another warm stretch is ahead, though. We don't see much of a cool down in the forecast on Friday. Next week, I've got temperatures right back up in the 80s. It is going to be kind of this record stretch of warmth. And it does appear that at least next week, we get some sort of pattern change and start to introduce some more active weather into the forecast, specifically in the later part of the week. So hopefully that's when we can get our good widespread soaking rain chances. Today, I have 80 for the high temperature in Springfield. It'll be closer to the mid 80s down in northern Arkansas and Branson. Central Missouri will stay in the mid 70s for highs. So quite a range today from north to south. Springfield kind of right in the middle, right at 80 degrees. I do have rain chances tonight, but not until after dark. So you probably won't even notice these rain chances. There will likely be a few lingering showers on Friday morning in the pre-dawn hours. And then we see Friday shape up to be pretty nice too, with highs back into the low 80s once again. It will be cooler on Sunday. That is a cold front that comes through tomorrow. So we'll see temperatures back into the 60s and low 70s just in time for the weekend. So at least the weekend will be feeling nice, at least on Saturday and Sunday. Around the country, what's making headlines? Honestly, not a whole lot. It's a nice, dry, pleasant stretch of weather for much of the country today, tomorrow, and through much of the weekend. What is happening across the country is these elevated fire weather conditions. We've already had a few days of that here in the Ozarks. I think we get to critical fire weather conditions early next week with winds gusting so strong Monday and Tuesday. So an early heads up to you there. We also have well above average temperatures for much of the central and eastern United States, and that has already meant some elevated to critical fire weather concerns for portions of southern New England. That's still going to be at a critical state today. So it's not just us that needs the rain. Everybody needs the rain, and we would sure like to spread it out for everyone. All right, it's time for the Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather Brain Twister Trivia question for the day. Which country covers 5 time zones but only operates on one? All of these are rather large countries. Do you think it is A, Russia, B, Canada, C, China, or D, Australia? Of course, it's not the United States because we got all sorts of time zones here. However, the answer is C, China. In theory, China is large enough to have 5 time zones, but the country has only one official time zone. In spite of it being almost the same size as the continental US, China only has one time zone, whereas we here in the USA have to do our math to, make phone calls and do business on different sides of the country. Congrats if C, China was your pick. Here is the question that I'll leave you with for tomorrow. A lot of skeletons sitting around on the front porch. Have you ever wondered how many bones are there in the average human skeleton? Yes, it can vary, but what do you think is the number for the average human skeleton? Do you think it is 156, 178, 206, or 365? You can submit your guess. That's at aroundtheozarks.com. Thank you so much for listening to Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather this morning. I'm meteorologist Abby Dyer. Also, thanks to Rescue Towing, Command Family Medicine, and John's Heating and Air for sponsoring Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather. You can head on over to the website. That's aroundtheozarks.com to enter the Brain Twister trivia question for the day. Win $20 to the Pitch Pizza and Pub. Awesome prize. Free to enter. Might as well head to the website and do so there. Thanks again for listening. And if you're enjoying Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather, please leave us a review. You can do that wherever you listen to your podcast, but it lets other people know where to get your daily weather forecast on your morning drive. We'll chat again early tomorrow.